how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and I just popped on. I thought, this is an unplanned stream. I thought I'd play some Slay the Spire. Felt like it. Hadn't played it in a bit. Was talking to my brother about it. Felt like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this Watcher up to Ascension 20. So here we go. We're going to be playing as the Watcher tonight. Just going to see if we can, how far we can get on this run. I really enjoy the Watcher. And I'm excited to try and climb more and more. So let's do it. Alright. It's the whale. He's winking. We say, how are you doing, whale? Alright. So here's the whale bonuses that start the game for us. We can transform a card, get 7 max hit points, lose all our gold and get 14 max hit points, or lose our starting relic for a random boss relic. Interesting. Alright, so what you always want to do, or at least what I always like to do, is just remind myself what's in my starting deck here. Hey, Nick Man, what's up, my friend? I know, I love this game. I played it obsessively for a bit, Nick Man, and then I just have taken a massive break from it. I like busted my brain getting the clearing Ascension 20 with the defect, and then I just kind of stopped. But I love this Watcher, and I want to see if I can get her up as well. So here we go. So the Watcher's starting deck has 4 strikes, 4 defense, Eruption, which lets her change stance, which is kind of her thing, and then Vigilance, which also changes her stance. Wrath, which gives you double damage, but you also take double damage. And then Vigilance, which puts you into Calm. And when you leave Calm, you get some extra energy. So, given this, hey, Hunting Wall. Good evening, my friend. I know, it is preposterous. You know what happened is, I just felt like playing Slay the Spire, and I thought, why not just stream it? You know. So here I am. Just kind of impromptu. So, hey, Teladaga. What's up, my friend? Good evening. How are you doing? I don't like transforming cards. Because when you transform cards, you can get a bad card. And even if you get like a rare card, it could be useless in the beginning of the game. And in all honesty, the balance of the starting deck is pretty reasonable. Like, I don't want to just lose a strike, because then I don't do enough damage. And I don't want to lose a block, because then I won't be defending for enough. Are you playing some MMO stuff? Awesome, Teladaga. I love it. Yep. I'll be RuneScaping tomorrow on that MMO train. I don't care that much about 7 hit points, or 14 for that matter. It's okay, but I actually like doing the boss relic swap with the Watcher. The relic that you start with the Watcher is Pure Water, and it gives you this miracle card at the beginning of combat, which is basically like a 0-cost card that gives you an energy that has the effect that you get to keep it in your hand, retain, and that's fine, but to be honest, it's really not as powerful as some of the boss relics. Now, you can get screwed with this. You can get a terrible boss relic. It's possible, but I like the upside. So let's just see what we get. And see, look, we get the Cursed Key, which is like basically one of the best energy relics in the game. So now, instead of getting a miracle card, which would give us a one-time use of an extra energy, now every round we just get an extra energy. The only problem is every treasure chest we open is going to give us a curse, but the benefits far outweigh the negative of a curse, in my opinion. So we are just rolling. Now we have 4 energy on Act 1. Alright, so now it's time to think about our path. So, the way that this works in this game, unless they've changed it fundamentally since I played it last, on Act 1, you get 2 I'm sorry, you get 3 easy hallway fights, and then your next hallway fight comes from a set of more difficult monsters, or just you get more monsters than in the first 3. And so you kind of want to plan that out. You know, trying to avoid enemies to dodge that. You want to take elites if you can, but the way I always like to do it is to try and see if I can get a fire in front of the elite. Hey, Rua, what's up, my friend? Good evening. How you doing? I think you're absolutely right that it's 3 and then a hard pull fight. And then, like, on Act 2, it's 2 and then a hard pull fight. So, I like these question marks. These can be good. Oh, that's great, my friend. I'm glad. A shop this early, you start, I'm only on Ascension 8 with the Watcher, so I do have 99 gold, which doesn't preclude me from getting something useful at a shop. Like, I could get something good, but I still don't like to take shops this early. I have 4 energy. I think I could actually handle an elite depending on what I get. So what I'm interested in when I look at this path, this path over to the right, all that's over here is an elite without a campfire before it. Oh, Rua, you good with the Watcher? I will let you know. I've played it a bit, like I've gotten to Ascension 8 with it, but there's still a lot I have to master with this class, and I'm looking forward to it. Imhalik, good evening. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I just felt like playing some Slay the Spire, and I was like, why not play it on stream? You know, why not just take a nice chill deck building roguelike, probably the best deck building roguelike, and see if we can make some progress on it, see if we can have a good run tonight. So I don't like this path because I don't like an elite before a fire if I can help it. Like, sometimes you just can't help it and whatever. Yeah, Rua, I'm just a laid-back person. I just don't like, and especially like if I stream at the end of the day, I don't really have the energy to get all intense. I just like to have some fun, hang out, you know, shoot the BS with some friends about the game, and it's been a great experience. So I'm just super lucky that you guys pop in and we can just jam out, play some. Good is relative. It can be, you know what I mean? I'm healthy, I'm safe, family's healthy, you know, we're just chilling. We got a roof, we got food, so we're good. I like this left path better because I could potentially go to this elite, but if I get here and I don't like where I'm at, I could bounce over and then take this fire and then go to an elite, and if I still don't like where I'm at, I can bounce out to this fire and then completely dodge this elite and go over here, and then, you know, see what's going on. I don't want to miss all of the elites, but if I'm doing well, I could feasibly take 2 elites on this path. So the question then is, do I want to start here, take shop, event, or do I want to take encounter, and then event? Honestly, I don't like a shop early, but I prefer it to 2 straight hallway fights because one of these events could be a hallway fight, and then I'm like just sledding uphill for the entire rest of the act with hard pull fights. And that's a little bit too scary for me, so I'm going to start right here. And we get the old jaw worm. Alright, so we've got our 4 energy. Unfortunately, we only drew 1 defend, but that's okay. We just put 18 damage into this guy. We get a little bit banged up. It's kind of an unlucky first hand. Yep. I know. Isn't that funny? Hey, IBK. Good evening, my friend. How you doing? I'm just entering Wrath and just hoping I draw enough damage. I just need 21. Yeah, we got it. Wrath is just so silly that you can just pull damage out of nowhere, and that's why I love the Watcher. All right, so these are really bizarre cards. So if you're not familiar with the Watcher, Mantra lets you enter Divinity. I'm with you, Rua. I mean, it's like you can just flip the switch, and there's been times when I'm like playing as the Watcher, and I'm like, okay, I need to block this turn, and then I'm like, wait a minute, no, I just have lethal, like out of nowhere with my Wrath. I know, Neo. This is a crazy impromptu stream. I just felt like playing Slay, and I just turned on the stream button. So here we are, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing, Neo? All right, so Mantra like gives you Divinity, and when you get Divinity with the Watcher, you go bananas where you do triple damage and you get some extra energy, but it only lasts for one turn. So it's good, but it's not, you know, you kind of have to build for it sometimes, and I just don't like spending 2 energy on something that does nothing until next turn. You know what, Imholic? I saw that on Steam, and it looked like it was getting sick reviews. Has anybody played the medium yet? It does look really cool. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm not going to do that. Now, I generally avoid taking powers early in a run because powers pretty much are better later in the game. They're for scaling. They don't really help you attack and defend. You're going to try it tomorrow? Awesome. Well, you got to tell me how it is, Imholic. I'm excited about it. Hey, Exanimo, tonight, right on time. Awesome. How you doing, Exanimo? No class tonight? And then, but even though this is a power, this is one of my favorite Watcher powers because scrying is so insane. So much of the Watcher is just the consistency of being able to change stances when you need to, and Foresight really helps smooth out the consistency of your deck. And so, man, it's nice. Oh, you just chilling out with some lunch, Exanimo? Perfect. Yeah, I always love that about no classes on Friday when that works out. You got pizza, Imholic? Man, you're making me hungry. That sounds good, dude. All right. And then Halt, which gives you 3 block, but if you're in Wrath, you get additional block, which is kind of fun. I'm going to take Foresight, and I don't like taking a power on the first encounter, but it's just such a good power that I'm going to do it. And we also get this Merchant right here, which means that we have 100 gold to spend on something, and I see most likely what I'm going to buy. Actually, we got a good amount of money from that fight, so we got 20, so now we have 119. Now, one thing that is critical about shops, unless they changed it, if you see a relic in the game offered to you, it will never be offered to you again in the game. So we're never going to get the horn cleat, the ceramic fish, or the abacus again. We don't have enough money to afford them anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But it's just nice to remember that like these are gone from the game. And none of these are super high impact, so whatever. Here's Worship again, which we passed on and don't want. Nirvana is a power, and it helps you block. It actually synergizes with Foresight, but 2 powers right now is just bananas. That's a great question. I think I'll make my decision on the heart if we get, depending on how it unfolds, Rua. If I want to go to Act 4 or not. Finesse is okay. Yeah, you know, Rua, like sometimes if I just feel like I want to climb and I just want to get to the next Ascension, I don't even worry about the heart. But sometimes the Watcher can just get so crazy that I think on Ascension 7, going from 7 to 8, I actually beat the heart. And it was just like I had a preposterous deck. And sometimes that happens, you know what I mean? You get like a crazy deck and it just works out. But I'm going to just say Carve Reality is one of the best Watcher cards because it it does 6 damage right away, and then it gives you a smite, which you can or use if you want to, or just because it has retain, you can just sandbag it and line it up with your wrath. And Reach Heaven is also actually not bad, and it gets even better because we have the Cursed Key, and so we have 4 energy, and we can afford this 2-cost card, because playing this gives you a Through Violence, which is a one-time use, 0-cost, 20 damage. I think I'm actually just going to buy Carve Reality and Reach Heaven right now. There's no other cards that jump out to me. I could buy a potion, but I did get this weak potion already. And Act 1, for me anyway, like, I'm not a pro, but it's just all about doing damage, making sure you can do enough damage. And so I'm going to Carve Reality and Reach Heaven and just be really happy. So now we can just shred people. So let's see what happens. All right. This is ridiculous. This is a fantastic event. So it's Randwind, and Randwind is saying they're going to give us a relic for either our weak potion or for foresight. This is just outrageously good. Both of these options are actually pretty good. I'm going to pick the weak potion, but honestly, if I felt like foresight was bogging us down too much because it's a power and I don't want it, I could just chuck it here and get a relic, but losing a weak potion for any relic in the game is a great trade. And look at that. We got, oh my god, we're doing great so far. So we picked up Warpaint, which upgrades 2 random skills, and we just got Vigilance upgraded and a basic Defend upgraded. So these are insane upgrades. Insane because Vigilance now is giving us 12 block in 1 card, and that's just tremendous. That's like, you know, your whole turn, and we have 4 energy. And then having a Defense Plus is a good card, you know, and we took 2 attack cards, so now we've smoothed out our defense as well, which I'm feeling just really good about. So we say thank you for that, and we're going to bop over here. Oh god, another shop. So we can look at the shop and see where... Unfortunately, we're not going to get Dead Branch, Frozen Egg, which are great relics. You know, Dead Branch is like arguably one of the best relics in the game. We won't get these. We can't afford anything with 12 gold, but it is a free square, so we didn't get punished anyway. Now here's our choice. Honestly, I feel like in this spot right now, I can take 2 elites. Like, maybe not, right? But I'm going to definitely go for this elite and then see how I am. And if I stumble, I'll just heal myself at this fire. But I'm going to go over here and, oh, we're going to take the golden idol all day long. So we're going to take this golden idol. This is like Indiana Jones. You're going to take this, and then we're about to get crushed by a boulder. And so here's our choices. We can get a curse, we can take 18 damage, or we can lose 5 max hit points. I'm going to go ahead and lose 5 max health. And we get this relic. Oh, IBK, I wish you could. Boy, that's a great point, IBK. I wish there was, like, some channel points feature that I could put for this game that would enhance the experience and let us name things. That would be sweet. They should just let you rename the enemies and stuff just for fun. I'm with you, Rua. It is 90% of the time, it's just max hit points on that, like Golden Idol Trap. I take it every time. There's a mod that lets you rename cards. Ooh, that's pretty sick. I might have to think about that. Like, if I want to start streaming this with more regularity, I might have to think about doing that mod so we could just rename cards after people in the channel. That would be so hilarious in the chat. So I always take the golden idol because it gives you 25% more gold, which in and of itself is fantastic. But then there's an event later in the game, if you have the golden idol, that gives you like an amazing reward, and so it's really good to have. All right, so we're about to go into an elite, and let's see who we get. All right, so we get Lagavulin. All right, now Lagavulin, oh my god, and we got this on the first turn, so good. So Lagavulin is asleep. He's like a hermit crab from hell inside this shell, and he sleeps for 3 rounds, depending on what level of Ascension you're at. I think at like Ascension 20, by that point, I think he might only be asleep for 2 rounds. But anyway, he's not going to wake up unless we pierce through his armor and actually damage him. So he's cool because he lets us set up. So the first thing we're going to do is play our power to get that out of the deck. Powers are great because once you play them, they're removed from your deck. And we don't even care that we lost our energy. Ooh, Twitch lets you use channel points to make predictions, so a mod can start a prediction and viewers bet channel points, which would be cool to oh, that is awesome. Yeah, you're right, Rua. At Ascension 20, he's just like, everything is bananas harder. No, I think I heard about that, IBK, and because I believe I saw some... I was reading something where there was somebody who was streaming like the new Demon Souls remake for PS5, and like he bet his channel, like he put that bet out there, like I bet I can beat the end boss on my 3rd try or something like that, and everyone bet against him, and he did it, and people lost like outrageous amounts of channel points. So that might be fun. Yeah, that's a really fun idea, IBK. Betting channel points for predictions, yeah. And then in a game like this, there's so many predictions. There's so many bets and predictions you could make in a game like this. Imholic, you got over 4,000 palm power. That's pretty sick. Yeah, we got to put it to use. And I'm like, I hate to lean on you guys about this, but I'm so, you know, inexperienced with Twitch and Discord and all of these features that any kind of anything you see other streamers are doing or that you've done in the past yourself when streaming or whatever that has been cool, just let me know, because I'm trying to learn. Neo's got 8.6k. Woof. Can you imagine how popular my stream would be if I had a feature I could turn on where you just turn channel points in for dollars 1 for 1 and Twitch just footed the bill? Now we'd be talking. Oh, that's cool. If you want, there's a mod that shows all the relics and the current deck. Oh, I see what you mean. Like all the relics that have been dealt so far. That's cool. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to hit him. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to end the turn. We can just let him pass, and then now we can scry. And so we definitely want to play this. I'm actually just going to erupt and then reach heaven and be done. I'm going to keep all of these cards. Oh, wait. Well, never mind. Yeah, okay. We're going to erupt. He wakes up, but he's stunned when he wakes up. And so because he's stunned upon waking up, we can just, like, do a million damage right now. I could actually do, like, 36 damage right here, but you see he has a lot of health. So let's play for the long game. The question is, do we want to reach heaven now, or do we want to carve reality and strike? So carve reality would put smite in our hand, which would let us use this like next turn, and then through violence would be like in our draw pile. So we would 100% draw it next turn because we only have 3 cards. So if yeah, we'll play Reach Heaven because we'll get this and we'll be able to rip off 40 damage. And then the nice thing too is that we know we're going to get Vigilance next turn, so we can enter Calm and not take double damage. So we have a really good situation here. So we're just going to rip this dude apart and then end the turn. And then oh, and we get to scry. Why not, right? So we're not going to take strike. We're going to Vigilance through Violence and look for a defense card. There we go. Okay, so he's going to do 40. Yeah, that's way too much, but we can do 40 first. And this is the thing you always have to do as the Watcher, which is you have to dig in and just see if you have lethal because when you're in Wrath, because you never know. I don't right now, but it's not outside the realm, right? So I'm going to defend and Vigilance, so let's hit him first with this energy, and then we're going to Vigilance and go into Calm, and then we're going to defend. We are going to take 3 damage, but that's fine. Like, taking 3 damage against an elite is not an issue. And then we're going to keep this, and he dies. Let's see. Let me lock in that he dies, actually. So we do 9. This is a game where you have to do math, and it's brutal because I'm an English major. But anyway, we do 9, right? And we take him down to 33. And then we can carve Reality for 12 to take him down to 21, and then Smite will kill him. There we go. So, oh my god, this run is just going really well. So we got some gold, and we got Shairukin, which is one of my favorite relics. It's so much fun. It goes great with Through Violence, too. So Shairukin is every time you play 3 attacks, you get a strength. So we just got a little damage scaling there. Now, given that we just picked up a Shairukin, that will inform our decisions here. So, Bowling Bash is a nice card if you're fighting a lot of enemies. And then, let me actually, who am I fighting? It's the Guardian? Alright, well, the Guardian sucks, so that's fine. Oh, whoops. Did I just skip those rewards? That's awful. I didn't mean to do that. That's a shame. I was, like, going back, and I clicked the wrong thing on the map, and I just skipped those card rewards. That's brutal. But we got the Shairukin, at least. And, the good thing is we're about to trigger our Shairukin. I know, isn't that lame? I can't believe I did that, but the game giveth and the game taketh away. Hey, have you seen what happens when I'm in Wrath? You don't make it. All right, cool. Essence to Steel is terrific, and all right. So, Wave of the Hand is pretty nice. For just shutting enemies down. Inner Peace, not really. I'll take a Wave of the Hand for defense. That's fine. Now here's our choice. Do we want to fight an elite, or do we want to take a fire? And honestly, I'm fine with an elite. So we already had Lagavulin, right? And the only... Well, let me think about this. I'm like about to pull a trigger on an elite, but maybe instead of fighting the elite, I should take the fire and then take this elite. Because if I take this elite, I will, at minimum, have to take 2 hallway fights before I get to a fire. So yeah, actually, the fire is the better play here. In my opinion, because then I can take this elite, and then I can bounce here, and maybe only take 1 hallway fight. We ended up getting already 2 hallway fights. No, yeah, 2. So the next hallway fight that we get is going to be our last easy one. So I'm going to take the fire. I haven't decided yet if I want to go for the heart. So I'm not going to pick up recall right now. I'm not going to pick up the ruby key. And I could rest for 20 hit points, but honestly, that's way over. Like, I don't need it. So yeah, I agree with you, Rua. We're gonna upgrade. And what do we want to upgrade? Let's see. So I always like to just look. This just upgrades to doing 5 more damage, which is not nothing. That's a good amount. Does this go to week 2? Yeah, so this is way better. So if you upgrade Wave the Hand, it goes to week 2, which means the weakness will last for 2 rounds, which is pretty insane. Eruption is a really good one to upgrade because it goes down to 1 energy. But energy isn't necessarily our biggest issue right now. No, I'll do this. I love having this at 1 energy. It's just so nice. Then we could like play Erupt and Smite and Through Violence in the same turn. Or it's not called Through Violence, is it? It's called Reach Heaven. So we could play all of those cards together, which is cool. All right, let's go ahead. Now, the only unfortunate thing is we're going to open the chest, but we are about to get a curse. So that's just on the table. Ooh, but we get Bottled Lightning, which is cool. So what we can do with Bottled Lightning... Which skill do I want to lock in? Vigilance or Wave of the Hand? You know, that's the question. Vigilance is pretty sick because if you go Calm, like, right away, you have the opportunity to get 12 block if the enemy's going to attack you in the first turn. And you go Calm so that when you do go into Wrath, you get the extra energy. I think I'm going to take Vigilance. It's already upgraded. And it just... helps protect us. Okay, so in this spot, we need to do as much damage as we possibly can. What curse did we get, by the way? Oh, we got Parasite. That's a really unfortunate curse to get, but it happens. Okay. All right. I really can't do that much damage here, and weakening him for 1 is pretty useless, so I'm going to Vigilance, Foresight, Strike. It's going to be the last time that we get to play. Yeah, it's not the worst because it doesn't actually do anything until you try to take it out, but it is annoying. It slows you down. And then we're going to go ahead and Foresight, and then we'll just strike this guy, and we'll end the turn. And so now, oh, you know what, though? With Foresight, it becomes much less of a problem. So we don't want anything but attacks against this dude. Here we go. We're going to get hurt. I'm going to drink. Well, wait a minute. I might not need to drink that. If I drink this Essence of Steel, it might only actually give me 4 energy. Actually, we might be able to kill this guy this turn. It's going to be really, really close. We've got 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. We have exactly lethal. I think we have exactly lethal. Again, my math sucks, but I think we've got it. Either way, we're going to kill him in 1 or 2 turns, and so I'm not going to use Essence of Steel because at most it would block 4, and that's just a waste. So we're just going to hit this dude, and we're about to just go off. We have so much energy because of the Calm. Oh, no, we did more than... Oh, I forgot my Shuriken. That's why we did even more damage than I anticipated. Did you? I mean, that's the thing about the Watcher that's just, like, so bananas. I mean, that was the second turn, and we're just like, yeah, I know you're an elite, but sorry, you're dead. All right, White Beast statue is cool. Another Essence of Steel. Yeah, and then Lesson Learned is unbelievable. I like to get this early, and this is early enough to take Lesson Learned. Lesson Learned is like, if you kill somebody with this, you just upgrade a random card in your deck. It's so good. The value you can get out of this card is tremendous. Yeah, she does wreck that slime boss. I mean, yeah, and the gremlin knob, exactly. With our cursed key, this, like, is just so good. So let's do it. Alright. Now, again, I don't want to take any more hallway fights than I have to, because I don't want to dig into that harder pool, so we'll go to this event. This is a good one. I can remove a card for 7 hit points, or I can destroy it to gain some gold. Let me check out the map. We're definitely fighting a hallway fight, and it will be our last easy hallway fight, and then we can have 2 fires up here. So because we get 2 fires, God, I might take a card out. I might take out Parasite, honestly. It puts us at really low max HP, but it's nice to just get rid of it. Let me look at my deck. Like, if I want to take out a card, I could take out a basic strike. I mean, it's not against the rules, but I don't really have enough damage yet where I'm really excited about that. I'm definitely not taking out a defense card. Yeah. That's right, IBK, YOLO. IBK, the fires are this. So let me show you. On the map, there are campfires, and at the campfire, you get choices of either resting to restore a percentage of your health, or you can upgrade a card, or you can take a key if you want to try to go into fight an even harder boss in Act 4, and some relics give you other options, but mainly it's do you want to heal or do you want to upgrade cards. I do too, Rua. I disrespect max HP more than I should, except on Ironclad where it's actually pretty good. But on the Watcher, it's not like... It's a great buffer. It can insulate you from mistakes, but 3 isn't overwhelming. And so basically my thought process here is I'm going to take the hit to damage, remove Parasite, and take the hit to max HP, and then we can heal up before we get to the Guardian because we're going to have 2 fires. So anyway, that's my thought process. So I'm going to just get rid of Parasite. I don't like having cards that bog me down, and that's fine. And look at this battle. This is hysterical. Yeah, you're right, Neo. You know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not worth it. It's not worth having 3 max HP to have Parasite in my deck for the rest of the run, in my opinion. Alright, so we just kill this guy super easily. And we get ourselves... This white beast statue, like, I'm going to have to start using some potions, because we're getting some serious potions. Alright, cool. So... I'm going to take Bowling Bash, and the reason I'm going to take Bowling Bash here is I already have a Wave of the Hand. Follow-up is nifty, but we have plenty of energy, and Bowling Bash is basically like our AoE. We don't have any AoE right now. I always like to have some AoE, and while this doesn't do damage to everyone, it scales based on an encounter with lots of enemies, so it kind of handles the same problem of AoE, sort of. So it's, you know, AoE-ish. It sucks against the Guardian, but it's good against most other things. Alright, so we'll go to the fire, and at this fire we will upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade Lesson Learned most likely to just make it easier to use. It just will get a little bit of extra damage. No, I'm with you. Yeah, you know what, Rua? I think you're right. I kind of blew it. On that last battle where we fought two slimes, I should have sandbagged and waited for lesson learned. Thank you for reminding me of that. Alright, here we go. Here's the hard hallway fight, and it's just one thief. Interesting. So, we're just gonna Vigilance, reach heaven, and hopefully we can just lesson learn this guy this turn. Oh, IBK, good one. But ah, man, I can kill this guy right now, but what we'll do instead is we'll get him really close, and it's worth playing lesson learned. I'm going to wave of the hand. I'm actually just going to Essence of Steel because we're going to get a potion no matter what after this, and this way it will help us not take any, or at least minimize the amount of damage. And with the weakness from wave of the hand, he's only doing 8, and we will get 4 from the plate plus 5 to 9 armor, so we will take nothing. I am going to hit this guy, and then we're going to foresight so that we can guarantee that we pick up lesson learned and an attack card, and we win. See, so we didn't actually get lesson learned in these 3 cards, so we're going to just dump these, keep Bowling Bash, and that will guarantee that we get what we need. So we just hit him with strike, take him, well, yeah, strike, and then lesson learned, and it's over. But let's get him closer with Bowling Bash, and then let's learn our lesson. And now, ooh, we upgraded Foresight. That's really good. That's 4 cards there. That's pretty fancy. All right, let's pick up the gold. Let's pick up the duplication potion, which is ridiculous. I've had such... You ever, like, do Alpha, Omega with the Watcher, and then you duplicate the final card, and you just... It just gets ridiculous. You crashed the stream? No, you don't. I don't crash the stream. Did it die? It's going for me. Can you guys, it's recording. Did my internet wonk out? I'm here. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Sweet. I don't know what... I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Twitch just exploded internally. Alright. So, we can Indignation, which lets us, if we're in Wrath, apply 3 vulnerable to all enemies, otherwise enter Wrath. That's pretty interesting. Or we can get a Collect. Collect is pretty fun. But I'm going to try out Indignation. I don't really experiment with this card very much, and I need to theory craft with it a bit more. All right, now here we can heal 19 hit points, which would heal us to full, but we probably don't need it. So let's just upgrade a card. What does Indignation do? 5 vulnerable? That's pretty much unnecessary. Carve Reality goes up to 10. There's a longer delay now? I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. I like Wave of the Hand for 2 weak, so let's go ahead and get the 2 weakness up. Maybe we can get this going on our dude here. Alright, we're going in. Okay, so the Guardian works like this. He changes phases. And based on this mode shift here, and so if we do 30 damage to him, we'll change his phase. So let's think about this. What do I want to do right now? I can go into Wrath right now. I could, like, Vigilance, go into Wrath, and then hit him with Carve Reality and Lesson Learned. I would change his phase for sure, but the only problem with that is it would leave us in Wrath, and then I don't know if I could get out of it reliably. So instead, let's just play a little slower, and just Vigilance. And then we'll just get some smites going, and we'll just pass. Pass is fine. So he's going to charge up. Now he wants to do a lot of damage. We have this fire potion like as our emergency, but let's see. We have 7 cards. So we don't know if we're going to draw Vigilance again. It's in the graveyard. Yes, IBK. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm doing a horrible job of explaining this game. This is the boss of Act 1. So we are on Act 1 right now. And this is the boss we're fighting here at the end of the map. There are 3 acts in the game if you're doing like the regular play, and if you're going for the heart, there are 4 acts. There's a boss at the end of each one. So this is a big boy boss. I have enough damage. I have 12, 24 damage, which won't flip him. I'm going to have to use my fire potion right now, I think, because it's not going to set up correctly for me. So we'll just throw this here, and then I'm going to smite and strike. And then we will just pass. What's that 36 with a scythe over his head? Exactly, IBK. So, in this game, it's a deck builder, as you see. And you are drafting cards throughout the run to build a better deck for yourself from the starting deck that each class gets. This number above their head is called the enemy's intention. So you basically know what the enemy's going to do most of the time. He's going to do 10 damage to me. And so with my cards, I have to make a decision to play cards that will deal with the fact that he's doing 10 damage to me right now. And I have 4 energy to play the cards with, and the energy cost of each card is in the upper left corner. Now, he has his thorns on him, so if I hit him, I'm going to take 3 damage. So that's just out there. But what we're going to do is actually just, well, first we'll foresight. We're going to defend. We're going to drink our potion here. And we're just going to pass. So he's going to hit us for 1 damage here, but it's not that big of a deal. And then I'm totally fine with keeping Wave of the Hand. We don't need a strike right now. This enemy, most of the enemies in this game have attack patterns. This enemy has an attack pattern of once you change his mode, he will curl up into this little spiky ball to defend himself. I believe it lasts for 3 rounds. And then he will open up again, and we can start hitting him with impunity. So now he's going to do 8 times 2 damage. And the graphic of the weapon just gets more intense to reflect more damage that you're taking. So 36 with the scythe is like you're about to take, you know, a ton of damage. Okay, so what we can do here, though, is something that's kind of cool, which is Wave of the Hand, and then if I Indignation, I'll go into Wrath, which will take me down to 2 energy, but then I'll get 2 energy from Calm. No, it's not worth it. Let's just play Defend, and then vigilance and give him 4 weakness. So now we've debuffed him with weakness, which means he does 25% less damage for 4 turns. So he was going to do 16, but he's now only going to do 12. And we have 17 armor already, and our plated armor is giving us 3, so we add 3 to 17, and by the end of the turn we're going to have 20 armor. So we'll just pass. 20. Yeah, weaken is fantastic. And now he is out of his form, and you can see that he is going to hit us multiple times, but because we've weakened him, he's only going to hit us for 12. And we get these cards coming in to choose from because we have this power called Foresight that we played that gives us Scry 4. So we can choose what cards we want with our Scry ability here to add to our hand, and then we can solve the problem that this dude is presenting right now. So we just need to come up with 12 block, which these cards do in and of themselves. I don't want a basic strike, but I do want to carve reality, so we'll keep all of these. But it's not as simple as solving the problem that's presented immediately in the game. You also have to be able to think long term, and we're trying to, of course, take him down from 240, because he's going to start getting more difficult for us, or, you know, things might not always work out for us, so we have to think. We have a Shayrukin, which we haven't been able to really have go off. We could use it this turn and have it work, however, it would put us in Wrath with no way to get out, and so we can't unfortunately do that. It's not really in the cards for us here. But what we can do is we can carve reality. Yeah, so next turn we're going to get Reach Heaven. Oh, I see what you mean for Eruption. There's a chance we could get it, Rua, because what we could do is we have Scry 4, so we could discard all the cards and then hope that out of these 7 cards we get Foresight. It's a gamble we could take. But it's not a guarantee, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is split the difference, and I'm going to just hit him and hit him one more time with Bowling Bash so that we get the Shayrukin buff, and so we get +1 strength. And then now I'm going to use this, and we will block all but 1. Unfortunately, when you take damage, you lose a plated armor, so I will lose 1 tick of plated armor for the rest of the fight, but it's worth it to get a tick of strength. Alright, so now we're going to draw these cards, and we have to do 15 damage to change his form, so we're going to keep... I'm going to discard this. I'm going to keep these cards for sure, because we can play them all and tick the Shayrukin, and he will change forms. So right now, all he's doing... IBK with this shield above his head is he's going to defend. And so we can use this to just attack with impunity. I'm going to Reach Heaven, and I could play Lesson Learned to get out of my deck, but I want to play 2 more attacks because this artifact lets us, or I'm sorry, relic basically, lets us have 1 strength if we play 3 attacks, and a strength just adds 1 damage onto the damage that you're doing. So strike normally does 6 damage, but because we have 1 strength, it's doing 7, and then if we play 2 more, we'll get 2 strength and do 8 with our basic strike. So it's really good. This strike will do no damage to him because he gave himself armor by curling up into a ball, but we're doing it only to trigger our strength scaling from our Shayrukin. So now he is in a ball, and you can push this eyeball button on the left of the screen to hide your scry cards so you can go back and see the enemy intents. He's got 3 thorns on himself, and he's going to do 7 damage, which is really nothing. And we have vigilance on hand. And so I'm going to kick out defend. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep defend. I'm going to kick out vigilance, which is, like, potentially crazy, but what I want to do, No, I can't do what I want to do. I was going to try to trigger Shayrukin, but he has the thorns, so we'll just get rid of these and see what happens. I'll just enter calm. Yeah, we can keep stacking weak, so this will be good. So we'll just do this, and then he's got 7 weakness, so he's going to be just, like, muted for the rest of the fight, basically. And now do I want to do anything to him? He's going to do 12, so we got to block 12, so let's just block 12. The temptation to do these is so ridiculous, but we'll save it up and just sit here and do this. I know. He's weakened for 14 turns. I forgot, too, that if you have played Wave of the Hand and you have plated armor, at the end of your turn, when you get the tick of armor up from plated armor, that skill is still in effect and gives you even more weakness. And since we upgraded Wave of the Hand, it gives us weakness 2, which is just even more insane. Yeah, I'm with you 100%, Rua. We need some other way to change our stance badly, because this is just taking forever because we can't reliably go into Wrath because we're too scared. Alright, so now he no longer has thorns. He's got... And this is the thing that gets hard, is this number keeps ticking up for his mode shift. I don't know if there's a cap to this, but it started at 30, but now you see it's harder and harder to get him out of this mode, so he is scaling. We don't need to defend. We have a lot of attack here. I'm going to kick this out, and I'm going to try to get something better. I'm even going to kick this out. I'm going to try to get something better on all of these. Okay, interesting. That's true, Rua. I mean, eventually we'll kill him. Okay, so we're going to just do enough damage to him to change his mode so we don't even have to worry about the damage that he wants to do to us. And we got a tick of Shayrukin as well, so we're up to +3 strength. Alright. Now he has 3 thorns, and he's going to do 7 damage. So what do we want? Through violence is just fine. We don't really need lesson learned. I don't think we need this. Imholic, yes. And so basically what the game does is when you start a run in this game, it's a roguelike, so it's random each time, but you get a set of 10 set cards that is your starter deck. And then each time you complete an encounter, you get to choose from 3, so it's kind of like you're drafting, and you're building your deck as you go. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's fine, Rua. I mean, it'd be better if we could somehow get a Wrath and a Calm in the same hand. There we go. There we go. We can finally do this. Okay, so we're going to take some damage, but I can play this. And then we can just start crushing this guy. We're going to defend, and then we're going to hit him for 46. And then 26. We will take some damage. And then we're just going to go ahead and go into Calm. And there. Yeah, exactly, Rua. Start with the defend. And then, let's see. He's going to do 12. So I think we just sit back and block, and we blow him up when he changes forms. Look at that weakness. Alright. And then this is it. This is lethal. So we'll drop the defend and pick this up. Yeah, it's over. And then we just... Goodbye. Could have tried to get lesson learned, I guess, but it worked out. Fairy in a bottle is a lot of fun. So this potion, if you have it, it's just like Zelda. The fairy comes out and saves you, resurrects you. So you can get real greedy if you have that. You saw that we got plus 24 gold there because of our golden idol that gives us 25% more gold. And now you get to choose from a really special card. So these are rare cards. Hey, Derekai. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you. I'm doing great, man. I hope you're having a good evening as well. Just playing some Slay the Spire, man. You know, just trying to take down this dungeon. I should say Spire. Okay, so here's our choices. We can get Devotion, which is a power that gives us 2 mantra. It's not bad. Spirit Shield gives you a bunch of block, and it's better if you can have a huge hand. And then Deus Ex Machina is an unplayable skill, but when you draw it, you add 2 miracles to your hand and it goes away. So it basically just gives you a bunch of energy. So these are pretty crappy rare cards, honestly. Like, these are not premium Watcher rare cards. I'll take Devotion because this is a card that in a long fight scales up and just gives you divinity out of nowhere and is insane. You're partly groggy from mowing and not being used to the cold somehow, Derekai. Man, yeah, I'm with you. Mowing will get you, and then it is freezing where I'm at. I'm going to take Devotion. All right, so also, when you beat a boss, you get a guaranteed rare card to draft. And then on top of that, Rua, I like Spirit Shield too. IBK, where I'm at, I think it's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. You're right, Rua, that Deus Ex actually is pretty good if you need miracles, or if you have like some kind of card that triggers on playing lots of miracles. Awesome, Derekai. Hilarious. I know, dude. I have like a nearly 100-hour addiction to selling quote-unquote pork to nearby villagers with my graveyard. Graveyard Keeper is so good. It is really cold, IBK. The wind chill is brutal. What's in the box? That's a great question, Rua. So you get a guaranteed rare card and you get this boss chest, which you open it up and it gives you a relic to choose from. So, we could get Sozu, which I usually never take this because not getting potions is brutal. And it just completely destroys our white beast statue. We could pick up the empty cage, which would let us remove 2 cards from our deck. Oh, you're a Texan, so you're used to real nice warm weather, and 50 is chilly enough. I feel you. But I don't think I need to remove any cards from my deck. I like my deck. Don't need to scrape it. So we're going to do... Oh, God. Let me look at my deck again. I'm thinking about Pandora's box, okay? The only problem with Pandora's box is you always have to look at your deck and see, do I have enough block to make it okay? And the only block outside of defend that I have is vigilance. However, you usually will get some kind of defensive card. And I don't... yeah, I'm with you, Rua. I just don't want to get burned by it, but it's fun. It's fun. Let's do it. So let's see what happens. So we just got this relic called Pandora's Box, which takes away all of the strike and defend cards, which are your starter attack and defense cards, and gives you different cards. So look, we ended up getting a Spirit Shield for you, Rua, and a Vault, which is a lot of fun. And so let's see what else we got. Yeah, Vault is sweet. Honestly, there's a lot of good cards here. Meditate is very good. Crescendo is great. Fasting is just fine. But the only thing we didn't... We got one defense card, but that's it. Weave is really good with Shuriken and our Foresight. Yeah. Meditate is like a weird card because when you play Meditate, you have to end your turn. So you just have to get used to using this. Yeah. Its downside is rough for fasting. I'm sorry. Shuriken. I always say this card wrong. Shuriken. Here we go. It's a throwing star. It's our relic that says every time we play 3 attacks, we get a strength. So having a 0-cost attack like Weave really works to help make this happen all the time. I say it. I'm horrible at saying it. It's, if I pronounce it, Shuriken. Shuriken, I guess would be the Japanese way to say that, perhaps. But I'm bad at pronouncing it. Anyway, so we have a lot of fun now. And let's see how this goes.